Hi, friends. Rachel Rose Revelette here, your Diocesan Director of Communication. I'm coming to you from a dock in Lake Esau, in Presque Isle, at Camp Chickagami, where I feel very blessed to be able to work this week. And I'm already looking forward in a couple of weeks to spending time over at EYC, Episcopal Youth Camp at Stony Lake. I grew up going to camp, and I bet a lot of you did too. And one thing that was true about my camp experience in the camps that I went to, I know it's true about Episcopal camps that I've been to in our diocese and in others, is that one of the very first things that you hear, especially as a new camper or a new staff person coming to camp, are the camp stories. These stories can be beautiful stories of growth and transformation, of Compline at sunset, of singing in the woods with nothing but the light of the moon, of kids making connections between love and safety, feeling like they belong, feeling like they can be themselves. These stories can also be quirky, right? Every camp has those quirky stories, the lore of the camp that is passed down from summer to summer, and like a game of telephone, maybe changes a little bit each summer, right? But everybody knows that about the epic pranks or the incredible fish that was caught that seems to get a little bigger each year, and the prank gets a little bit more elaborate, right? But even if those parts of the stories aren't necessarily factual, they're still true, right? They're still true in the way that they weave together and they add to this tapestry of a community at a camp that expands beyond the summer, expands beyond the miles of the homes that people go to when they're not at camp, but probably dreaming about being at camp. Our diocese is no different. We have stories. We have beautiful stories of the way the Holy Spirit works through individuals, through lay people, through clergy, through parishes, through partnerships within or across parishes or within communities with other agencies, other churches, our neighbors. These stories help to tell us who we are to ourselves, right? They're part of what make us belong. And in the season of becoming, these stories are especially important as we become more and more the one diocese that God is calling us to be. We have a newcomer coming to our diocese, right? We're so excited to welcome the Right Reverend Anne Hodges-Copple, beginning August 15th as our assisting bishop from this August in 2025 to April of 2027, when we expect to consecrate our first bishop diocesan. Bishop Anne is new to our community, and so I think that it would be a great thing for us to welcome her with open arms, like the first few days of camp, where we tell stories and we help her get to know how we understand our place in those stories and how we understand her belonging and coming right into the stories that we're building together and with the Holy Spirit. And we need your help. We need you to send us stories. They could be beautiful stories of hope, of reconciliation, of what makes your parish, your worshiping community unique. Why do you love your church? Why do you love the people who are there now, the people who have gone before you? Why do you love your communities? Michigan and North Carolina, as Bishop Anne said in her welcome video to us, have a lot in common, but Michigan's also unique, just like every other spot, right? We've got our unique Michiganderisms, and there are just some unique things about our culture. Maybe there's even some lore in your parish, like that time the bat flew out of the organ loft during the vigil, or there's lore in your town about how it got its name or something strange that has happened there. All of these stories help us to understand where we are in this community, and we want to share those stories with Bishop Anne. I hope you'll take some time, whether you are a clergy person or a lay person, young or old, to send us stories. We'll not only share those with Bishop Ann, but we'll share them back out into our diocese so that we can learn more about the stories that are part of the wider tapestry of our community across the diocese, these waters that surround us. So send your pictures, send your written reflections. We'll take your videos. We'll take audio recordings. If you're not sure how to tell your story on video and you want to schedule a time for a Zoom with me or someone else on staff so that we can record that video and capture it, we would love to do that. Not only will this help us welcome Bishop Ann, but again, it'll help us to understand our broader story better as we work towards becoming one Episcopal Diocese of the Great Lakes. I can't wait to learn more of your stories, friends.